Welcome inside another edition of Vikings Update. We're excited to announce the Valley City State women's basketball team is headed to the national tournament. Vikings learned Wednesday that they earned an at-large bid to nationals in Sioux City, Iowa. VCSU will be a number 7 seed and will face number 2 seed Southeastern University, the only undefeated team remaining in NAIA D2 basketball. Game time is 8:30 a.m. on Thursday, March 9th. Again, that's an early game time, 8:30 a.m. Let's take a quick look at how VCSU season shook out this week in the North Star Tournament. Opened the North Star by hosting Presentation College at home on Wednesday. The Saints hung tight with VCSU for a half, but the Vikings, they were just too much over the final 20 minutes, outscoring PC by 15 points in the second half for a 75-57 victory. That moved the Vikings on to the semifinals at Dickinson State, where VCSU avenged 2 earlier losses to the Blue Hawks. Vikings led by as many as 13 points in the second half, and then had to hang on in the final minutes for a 71-67 victory. Vikings moved on to the championship game Sunday at University of Jamestown. VCSU fell behind early after a 3-point barrage by the Jimmies. Vikings battled back to within 4 points in the final minutes, but could not rally all the way as they fell 79-70 in the North Star title game. VCSU brings a 24-8 overall record into the national tournament, tying a school record for wins. It is the 4th national appearance for the Vikings since 2011 and their first since 2013. Again, game time is Thursday morning, 8:30 a.m. in Sioux City, Iowa. Following the North Star Athletic Association tournament, VCSU's Lexi Lennon and Georgia Williams were named to the North Star All-Conference team. Allie Vandal was named Honorable Mention All-Conference. The Viking men's basketball season came to an end this week in the NSAA tournament. Vikings dropped their quarterfinal game at Jamestown 95-87. VCSU ends its first season under head coach Ryan Montgomery with a 16-15 overall record. The Vikings were 8-8 in conference play. Jaden Ferguson was named first team all-conference, and Austin Dunbar was named the NSAA Defensive Player of the Year. Dunbar and Rashad Sadhu were both named honorable mention all-conference. Viking track and field competed at the North Star Indoor Championships last month. Vikings had a strong showing with 2 conference championships and 8 all-conference performances. That happened back on February 18th. Top 3 place winners earned all-conference at the meet. Dennis Gonzalez led the men's teams with a conference title in the men's 3,000 meters. That was also a new North Star Athletic Association Indoor Championships record. Gonzalez, Lenzel Casquella, and Oren Rambo each added third-place finishes to earn more all-conference honors. On the women's side, Siri Geisler won her 2nd straight title in women's shot put, also set new school and conference records with her throw. Megan Johnson had 2 all-conference finishes in the jumping events. Macy Dimmler took 3rd in the 60-meter hurdles with a new school record, and Kiana Hansen also set a new school record in the women's 400-meter dash. Siri Geisler moving on to the NAIA National Championships this weekend in Johnson City, Tennessee. She is ranked 18th out of 29 women's shot put throwers. Shot put scheduled for Saturday. Viking softball was in action last week with the North Star crossover at the Presentation College Dome. VCSU started fast, a doubleheader sweep of Viterbo University on Friday, winning 6-0 and 6-1. It was the opposite on Saturday, though, as the Vikings were swept by Waldorf University, lost those games by scores of 7-5 and 7-1. And then on Sunday, the Vikings finished with a split against Bellevue University, lost the first game 4-2, and then ended the weekend with a big 3-0 win. That included a dominating no-hit performance by Kathleen Goulet. The junior pitcher struck out 10 in 7 innings as she recorded the 16th no-hitter in Viking softball history. Vikings are now 7-7 overall and 3-3 in conference play, back in action March 11th as they start their spring break trip to Tucson, Arizona. Viking baseball also opened its spring season with a pair of games in the new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis this week. Faced St. John's University Wednesday night. VCSU held an early 3-0 lead in Game 1, but the Johnnies posted a big second inning as they went on to win 9-3. Game 2 was a pitcher's duel with the teams locked at 1-1 after 7 innings. In extra innings, though, St. John's won on a walk-off double in the bottom of the 8th. Baseball back in action March 9th as they will play 10 games on their spring trip to Tucson. And don't forget to join us for the Viking Fish Fry Friday night at the Valley City VFW. All you can eat. Tickets available for $15 at the door. Meal starts at 5:30 p.m.